I have always been fascinated by the fine art of body language. What are we saying to people with our body language? What are we not saying? And what are we looking really neutral in? I was with my cousin Laura at the sausage festival recently, and she went to a food stand and was looking at all of these cookies. She said to me, "Christine," and then she made this gesture. I assumed, as an American, that she was telling me to move away from the cookies. I didn't know why. I think initially I thought there was like a bee or something, like a bug near my head. And I was like, oh, I guess I need to move away from the cookies. A week later, I'm at my friend Ivana's house, and Ivana is showing me her bedroom and this puzzle she's been working on. She loves puzzles. And she kept saying to me, "Christina." And she did this, and I just kind of froze, like, I'm supposed to do something different here, but what was it? And she said, "Christina." So I was like, okay. So I kind of step further in the room and I look at the puzzle, and there's the puzzle. Well, interestingly, this motion in Sicily does not mean to move away, but rather it means to come closer. And I did not see that one coming. It's just kind of jarring to be in a public situation or in a situation where you are trying to communicate and have an opposite communication. It's really odd. I've been thinking about the body language of women here in my little Sicilian town. What I mean by that is that women here walk with a certain confidence and sensuality, I would say, not sexuality, but sensuality in the way that they walk and carry themselves in public. In the States, I do not see that. Being in the Amish country for over 25 years, I got used to a certain female body language. And one of the body languages when standing or waiting or discussing something with someone is to take your hands and put them across your chest like this. And this is just like their comfort neutral zone. But women here do not do that. Ever. They walk with almost like a ballerina body. They almost like prance down the street, not in a snobby way, not in a fake way, but they just carry themselves differently. Well, I learned about something called la Bella Figura. It translates literally into a beautiful figure or a woman's beautiful figure. But la Bella Figura is not just for people ages 18 to 27. La Bella Figura is for your life. If you are a woman in Italy and you carry yourself well, you dress nicely, and you are polite to others, you have la bella figura. It is a shift in mindset of what is considered beautiful, what is considered desirable or sensual. You can be 78 years old and have la bella figura. You can be 18 years old, be polite, carry yourself well, dress nicely, and have la bella figura. I think a lot about body image. Being an actor and being a model, a dancer, there is a lot of hyper focus on your physical appearance and your body type. I just found here in Sicily that the way that a woman is viewed, the way that her perception of herself is, that La Bella Figura encourages women to be their best, no matter what age they are, no matter what economic class they are. All women can be La Bella Figura. And I think there's a lesson there for us American women and other women throughout the world that maybe come from cultures that don't really have this kind of mindset. We can learn from the Italians that if we are putting our best foot forward, if we're looking in a way that says, I have taken time to get ready for my day, to please myself and to please others. That right there is something that I think can be applied in any country for any woman of any size, anywhere in the world. I think one can't talk about la bella figura without addressing Italians' relationship with food. I think that in America, many of us view food as being a guilty pleasure or something that we have to earn. Whereas here in Sicily, food is a daily pleasure. There isn't this big upset about dieting. People are just content with their figures, and they eat pasta every day. They enjoy the cornetto from the bakery. There is just a sense of being okay with eating what they want, drinking what they want in moderation. And moderation is a big part of this culture. I always find it interesting when I'm given a cup of coffee and it's about this big and enough for 2 gulps, but that is a coffee. A glass of wine might be 3 or 4 ounces of wine, and that is a glass of wine. There isn't this hype around, I'm going to eat salad all week so that I can splurge on Saturday and overeat and overdrink, but I've earned it because I have eaten salad all week. There is a relationship with food that is different here among all ages and groups of people. And once again, I think that's something that we can learn from the Italians. Are we really enjoying our food? Are we just guzzling it down in 15 or 20 minutes because we have to go do that other really important thing? Every day, 2 or 3 meals a day, it is your time to have pleasure with your food. So many things in life are stressful. So many things are out of our control. In order to really achieve true joy in eating, we have to look at this and take a moment and think about, is my relationship with food or drink or coffee or alcohol, is it in moderation in a way that I'm finding pleasure with it and not feeling guilty about enjoying that experience? It's one of those things in life that God gives us that we can truly, truly embrace every single day if we choose to. So some of you have been asking, what do I miss? I've been here for a while. What are the things that I'm pining for, wanting to have? And there's a few things that come to mind. First and foremost, of course, my family, my parents, my husband, my son, my close friends, and those are the people that I miss. But what things do I miss? I miss my kind of coffee. That would be Cafe Americana with a super sweet creamer, and I miss that so much. Every time I drink other coffee in the morning, I go, I kind of miss what I like the most. I miss variety in food. I saw one lady posted on my YouTube channel, I don't know if I could ever get tired of pizza. Honey, you can get tired of anything. You know, there's only so many ways to move ingredients around on the top of a pizza before you start really craving, for me, Chinese food. I actually was craving Chinese food so much that I decided to take the bus into Tierney one day to have Chinese food, which they really just have a lot of sushi. They don't really have like Chinese food or Indian food the way that I'm used to. I miss a clothes dryer. I miss having different types of clothing to wear from my vast closets. But honestly, guys, like there's so little I miss. So little I miss. Those things that I think I can't live without in the States. Oh, they're these creature comforts. I miss having a car, but I bought a scooter and I scoot around town on that, so that gives me mobility. But yeah, there's really not that many things that I can think of. So a little fun observation for you about what it means for a friend or neighbor and what is the unspoken obligation if someone gets sick. So let me explain. If my neighbor told me that she had a stomach ache and she did not feel good, and I said, oh, I'm sorry, that does not sound fun. You know, are you eating? Well, no, not really. I just trying to take it easy. My other neighbor told me she made this magnificent cake in the shape of a heart, put icing on it and chocolate and all of this stuff. Looked beautiful. And she was delivering it to this neighbor's house who has the stomach ache. And I was confused by that because I was like, well, their stomach doesn't feel good. So wouldn't this mean that they don't want to eat a big fat cake with cream inside of it and sprinkles and chocolate chips? But I found out that this was customary, that this is something that you do when somebody says they're not feeling well. You bring them fruits, you bring them cakes, you bring them cookies. In my part of the United States, one of the most critical things to discuss is the topic of the weather. Upon meeting someone, close friend, family member, work associate, there is going to be a firm discussion about whatever the weather is doing. Let me explain. So my conversation might sound a little bit like this. Good morning, how are you? I'm doing good, how about you? Good. Boy, it looks like we might get some rain today, huh? It looks like we really need some rain here, huh? Oh, I wonder if it's gonna dip down about 10 degrees in the evening, huh? And then you start whatever your conversation is, but it has to begin with the politeness of the weather. So I'm in Sicily, and literally it is sunny every day here. I think we've had a couple of overcast days, 1 or 2 days of rain, which is not a good thing. But I just haven't found in my experience that my Italian neighbors really have deep discussions about the weather before every single conversation. They just get right into whatever it is that they want to talk about. And there's no real apologies for not discussing what the weather is doing. So I decided to take a quick walk tonight to the main square. This is San Giorgio Church, where my ancestors are from. And I've been thinking a lot tonight about my experience so far, what I've accomplished, what I haven't, and how this new normal is not always going to be forever. Oh my gosh, there's a couple making out literally on what are called the steps of the Purgatorio Church. Yes, that was the Purgatory Church. And there's a couple making out literally on the steps of where they keep the dead skulls. Guys, I can't take it, only in Sicily. Streets are super dark and quiet tonight. It's about 11 o'clock at night, and it's about 75 degrees and breezy, and it is wonderful. The experience this far has been so much more than I expected. So many more layers to it than just coming to Italy to get dual citizenship. It's been one of discovery that I didn't expect. I came here kind of with a goal, a business goal in mind. I'm getting dual citizenship for my son, his children, his children's children, and that is why I am here. But the reality is, this is a multifaceted journey and a complicated one with a lot of different emotions and feelings. And I think tonight I realized for the very first time, although I feel incredibly at home here, scary, connected, at the same time, in the span of life, my own life, this is a blip on the radar. This is 3 months, 6 months tops. That's it. That's all I get here. This journey, this self-discovery, this time by myself is going to end. My husband said to me a couple days ago, Kristen, I can tell by editing your videos that you come alive there. And you have been more alive and more vivacious in this experience there than I have seen you in a long time. That was sad to me and somewhat scary to me to think, wow, I really am on a self-discovery journey. And no matter what happens in this process, no matter how long it takes, no matter what challenges come, that is very valuable and something that I need to remember in the faces of uncertainty.